I reduced what I have for clothing in this car quite a bit now. Thinking 5 shirts, four underwear, all the socks. I'm still keeping all the socks. But if I had to leave this car behind, I'm thinking that I just use only the clothes I'm wearing. Maybe wear a couple jackets or something, but I could cut down to pretty much nothing, and they last. What I wear tends to last for a while, so it's not so important to keep so many clothings. And it feels pretty good to have the extra space. I threw away quite a bit of just cloth that I just don't use, just sits. It's bulky, weighty. Getting rid of it feels better because I can have more room, just a little bit more room to move in the car, to move other things around in the car. So when the boaters come in to launch their boats, there's no going downstream at all because the dam is downstream. So this is just such a dangerous spot to launch a boat. I don't think it's going to be that popular, and so I might be having a nice peaceful parking spot for the day. No ice fishing on the river? That's kind of weird. So this goose got a nest. Yep, they got 6 eggs. Wow. All right, geese. Okay. Okay. We're cool. So I've been noticing that robins sing in different ways, and whenever I hear their sonnet version of their style of singing, I know that they're in a good mood. The weather will feel good. The environment will feel good. Not too hot, not too cool. And the robins will sing about it. They sing about the weather. I think the weather seems to adjust the way they sing. If the weather's bad, they won't do that little sonnet type of singing that they do. Why is this stop sign so tall? It's like 3 or 4 feet taller than usual. People tear it down. Alright, didn't take too long. It's only 9. I had a young black guy convince me not to stick around here. All he had to do was walk close to my car, because what business does he have? I heard his footstep. I was actually watching a YouTube video, so I didn't hear much or see much. I just heard a little like a step. I just heard that step, and then I look and I see this black guy walking straight away from my car. This is not on the path. You know, he has no business walking around my car like that. And he has convinced me to move, because this place has the reputation of having crime, and if I got people snooping around my car like that, I'm convinced. It's convincing enough for me to get the heck out of here. I just don't see any reason why anybody would need to walk next to my car. And they came from behind too, like they climbed over the rocks or something to pass closely by my car. Possibly look in. I didn't see that part. It's just a straight walk away from my car, and then up that sidewalk and onto the road. Alright, here's the backup park, because of that little scare from that dude. This is a little further outside the city, even more. Nobody's just gonna wander past my car. There are houses around, but I mean, I'm seeing cornfields. Those inner city kids don't like living around cornfields. It kind of takes the spirit of crime out of their system. So being on the outskirts. I think I can relax here. I intended to actually relax at the last park, but this should be better here. Had I not left my shoes outside my car, I think he probably would have put more effort into looking inside my car. I think he saw my shoes. With so many people are like sensitive about you getting in their business, but they're the ones who get in your business more than normal in turn, and they're the most sensitive about people getting in their business. It's just something that's strongly on their mind more than the average. So I made sure to cut off the tops of my socks so that it has a cooler feel. They seem to hold up well. I mean, yeah, there's some falling off the top here, but they seem to mostly hold up well before they get actual holes in more important regions. Little of the top fall off. That's okay. Alright, I boiled caraway seed with my steak, potatoes, and egg meal, and it's good. I couldn't find my dill seed, so I chose caraway instead, and it serves to be a good alternative. So I think what I'll be doing from now on for steak, potatoes, and egg, when I boil them together, I'll put dill seeds and caraway together. My dill seed is probably in my car somewhere. I hit a bump, and I think the dill got tucked behind something. I think it fell off the roof. So I'll probably want to buy more dill seed, but I think caraway and dill work together. Caraway and dill work together quite nice. Oh, look what I found. One of those GPS. Oh my god, a mouse! And it's still showing. I can still see its tail. You see its tail in there? I think it's because there's candy in here that the mouse is hanging out. It smells like there's candy. Official geocache. And they cut down all the branches of this tree. There's a mouse. I don't need to look in there. I can smell the candy and sucking that mouse. So people come to visit malls for all kinds of different reasons. My reason mostly is I'm curious what's gone out of business, how empty the mall looks. Really curious. Switch it up. Okay. I mean, it's only a Sunday, but yeah, these people are. This mall has. Thank you for your patronage, and allowing us to educate all the students that have joined us. Oh, it's a school. Okay. Sunday evening. Yeah, they're closing up. GNC's locked up. Nothing here. JCPenney's appears to have moved out. Oh yeah. Wow. Moved out of this one, whatever this was. Yeah, this mall is struggling. Northfield Square Mall. Is everything updated here for the businesses that they got? Yeah, they got empty space. Yeah, it's updated. Empty space. Okay, so they're making it. They're keeping updated on what's left. Just enough to keep it afloat, I guess. That food place has moved out. There's nothing. They used to have a chalkboard that would give the specials. Yeah, there's a lot of empty spaces here. Smaller store spaces that are pretty much not really selling anything. They're kind of they look like an experiment here with these smaller store spaces, which they've given up on now. Maybe they thought they could try to rent out smaller store spaces in hopes of rejuvenating something. Ironclad Robotics. So at the end of the mall, where the Carson Scott store for men permanently closed, they've started this robotics thing with different wooden challenges. Huh. After walking through that mall, I could see there's a lot of open space, but they still survive. Can I keep my hair cool with vinegar? When I was using water, putting water in my hair on hot summer days, it was getting a little itchy because I think infections were happening. But using vinegar is going to fight infections. So maybe I can wet my hair with vinegar in the summer as a way to keep cool. I mean, also I'd rather buy clippers, but the battery's dead. Well, mostly dead. And I really can't recharge it because I can't find that cord yet. But I would replace this. I would get rid of this and get one that has a USB charger. All right, I'm looking for a USB charger. Wall does not make USB chargers. It's kind of interesting to me to think that I'm getting closer to Chicago and the Chicago ways of living. I'm getting fucked with. Bradley, Illinois, south of Chicago. So going to the shoreline is most desirable to me. Straight to the shoreline, but it's Chicago too, so it's socially a disaster over there from what I understand. But ideally, I want to go to the shoreline and follow it. I have fewer problems with horseflies and gnats along the Great Lakes. At least that's what I experienced when I was along Lake Superior. Because when I was on the beach, I had horseflies that wanted to get me, but they were just so skittish around the lake for some reason. They if I got into the forest next to the lake, then they're after me. They were on top of me. And I have reason to believe, based on my experience around large bodies of water, that they keep those darn insects off of me. So that's part of the motivation for wrapping around Lake Michigan, and why I would like to go straight there and follow it from the very tip and go north. But wow, actually it's not. Oh wait, yeah, it's heavily. I have to get on the Wi-Fi and render this. It's green in this area, very green. Actually, this picture shows quite a green spot, like maybe there's not much housing. I want to consider that. I want to look at that closer. Maybe I could go through the city and then just get to the north side of it. Because I'm kind of more comfortable about going through Milwaukee. There's a size difference for sure. But I'm here, and I'm trying to decide if I should wrap around west of Chicago or just try to blow through it and then relax in the north part. Is this library purposely flying the flag upside down? At the Manteno Library, a broken flag flying upside down in the land of Lincoln. It looks like it's broken on the top. I'll ask them. Seem to be having some trouble getting onto the Wi-Fi.
It's Drizzle 2024.
Drizzle 42024.
Drizzle.
I want to write it. I want to write it down. I got a couple of computers to put it on. Unless you have it posted anywhere.
In the reading room we do, but I can give it to you.
Yeah, I'll write it down. Also, I'm curious, are you guys purposely flying your flag upside down? Is that on purpose for a reason?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's upside down pretty much.
Huh.
No big deal. Yeah, this is the first you heard of it?
What? The
Is this the first you heard of it?
I've not heard that.
Okay, the first. Okay, all right.
I'll let him know.
Well, okay. I just want to say that Dandelion root has felt way too powerful. Like, I feel like I'm just drained of everything. If Dandelion root feels way too powerful when I'm healthy and taking it, I have taken it in the past. But when I'm feeling sick from algae toxins, it may not be so bad. It may actually be very helpful and useful instead. For a 1/4 of a mile trail, they provide a ton of information. They're talking about this little purple trail that goes to the Rock Creek. They're providing a ton of information for a 1/4 of a mile trail. Length 0.27, width minimum, the grade, surface type, cross slope, obstructions. You know you're close to Chicago when they offer all this information. There's just some places that, I mean, look at that. All they do is mow the grass, but they've decided to provide more information than is really necessary than I've ever seen on any other trail in my life. All right, I think that sign is coming up short. I think it's only taking in account for up to this point. I think this is the creek. This has to be. And then further down, there's unaccounted for trail conditions. All right, I just want to make note that I did try a little bit of this leaf. Wow, it's putting out beads of water on the ripden. It smells like onion. It kind of tastes like onion. we'll see how it affects me, because if it's bad stuff, I'll start feeling bad. But I just wanted to make note, if this is true, I gotta admit, I'm not seeing chives anymore in the forest. So this broadleaf onion is showing more in its place, in place of those narrow stem chives. I think I might be out of chive territory now. I know it comes at some point, especially in Wisconsin, where I never seen a chive in my life. The vegetation's coming to be more familiar to me from, I don't know, between Eau Claire and Rice Lake areas. Seeing more of those types of vegetations around here. I'm a little surprised to see so much of this. And I think they're a leek. This is like a leek. There's a lot of it in this area. Springtime leeks. I guess I could try to pull a root, see if that's onion-like. Alright, I pulled a root. It's bulbous. For this leek, what I believe to be a leek. Now, does it taste? And I hear an owl now. I'll carry it with me. I'm gonna have to clean it off. It smells kind of like dirt and onion. It's got the peel layers similar to an onion. I think I got a leek here, and there's a lot of it, so much. Healthy leek. Alright, I cracked her open. She's pretty crisp. It's so wet out. It's absorbed a lot of moisture, and I bit into the center. It's such a mild leek, I don't even really taste onion on it at all. So, we'll see what happens. I've bitten into a leaf, and I've bitten into a root. Let's see what happens. Alright, looks like the end of the trail for me. There was a lot of rain. It's going to take some time for that rain to work its way through the ground. There might be a creek up ahead. It kind of looks like there's evidence that actually I can kind of get around this water. Just got to move cautiously. 2 walking sticks would make this even. I bet. Oh, it's really, man, it's really a lot of water here. Maybe I can't get around. Yeah, okay, there's a creek. Okay, so this would be the end of the trail for the creek. It's really moving fast and hard. I can actually get up to it, just not on the trail. Okay, well, there's still too much water here for even jumping. So yeah, it's moving fast and hard through here, through this fallen tree. There's some kind of house off in the distance. They're protected. Maybe that's their property line. This is their property line. It's just so crazy to me to see so many of these leaves. It's like a grazing field for humans. It's a garden. This is just a leek garden. I think I'm gonna take some. I'm not feeling bad from chewing on the roots or the leaf. I would just eat the leaves. Cook some chicken tomorrow somewhere and have these leaves with it. It'd be ideal to pick them tomorrow, but I have to pick these today and then save them for tomorrow. What seems a little strange to me about these leeks is there's a ton on the other side of the river. I'm not seeing any on this side. I was thinking I'll just pick I'll pick some on the way back across that little creek, and I'm not seeing anything. I guess that's why it stunned me. At the time, it would have stunned me a lot earlier had I seen them in this area. It's like there's a line drawn where leeks can grow and where leeks cannot grow. There's just none. See, I'm like, I was kind of questioning how I could walk in so far and not be impressed by the amount of leeks. Well, there's just none. They're weak here. Okay, a couple here. Yeah, you gotta walk in a ways to get to a ton of leeks. I'm just taking a handful. Oh, there's a car. I gotta keep them in my pocket. Yeah, no leaks at all for quite a distance into this walk until I cross that bridge. I had some dandelion tea before I went on this walk. I found some good-sized dandelions around a shopping mall on the outside. I thought they looked healthy enough. They seem okay. So it's nice to be able to take in a little bit of the local vegetation. The dandelion, it's just the leaves. I dare not do the roots. I think keeping the roots is a good idea. If I ever get algae toxin, but it's so uncommon to get sick or have a toxic issue. And the dandelion root is not to be taken recreationally. That stuff will just clean you out and leave you feeling lacking in nutrients. That cleans you out too much. The leaves are much more gentle, and the flowers are much more gentle. Leaves in general are usually more gentle than roots. So I just did the leaves, but I am very respectful of the roots. It's good to keep the roots alive so they can continue to produce more leaves, but it's just that root could really come in handy during times of severe toxic like toxic attack. All right, hanging out here for a few hours and evening's coming, and it's just only been maybe four people who pulled in, maybe five. Hundreds of people passing by on that road over there. 4 or 5 just pull in, and most didn't even stay long anyway. So it's a unique situation here. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a weak lighter. I might have a stronger one.
I just
Yeah.
ran out. I got it. I just ran out on the big.
Yeah. All right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy at this Walmart. I mean, it's kind of quiet, but I just had a guy approach me and ask for my lighter at my car. And then a lady asked me if I could help her put her TV in her car, but luckily an employee was nearby. It's crazy here. I mean, look at this. These people are so brazen. I think they stole something. Starface? They stole them. And something else too. With fingers. This looks dangerous. The way the boxes are piled up. I'm so afraid that guy who approached me broke into my car. I just feel like that's a possibility. So strange. Alright, just south of Chicago. I don't know, south of Chicago. I need to stop buying these dates. It seems like they're a one-time purchase by Walmart. Because I remember they tasted so fresh a few years ago, but they have not been replenishing this. It's expired. I'm eating expired dates. Where I remember this packaging and stuff tasted good a few years ago, but all the Walmarts have been letting it sit on the shelf and getting expired, and they have reached their expiration date. And they look expired, they taste expired, they got the old taste and all that. I need to go get a refund. I think I still have my receipt.